Hello, Flosstube. I'm Cat Griffin, and this is Stitching with the Griffin Take 2. If you're new here, welcome. This is Flosstube number 32. Like I said, Take 2. Welcome if you're new here. Welcome back if you're a returning viewer. Hello, and welcome to all of my new subscribers. You guys are awesome. Thank you for subscribing and joining me on my journey here. Keep messing with my hair, sorry. I have a few things to show you today, and I think I'm going to get started with the reason for the title, which is getting out of my own way. First of all, if you're new here, this channel is about cross-stitching. It is about hand sewing and embroidery when I have the projects. I also have a little bit extra content at the very end of the video, so if you're interested in all that, I'll let you know when we're moving on to that, and you can decide whether you want to stay or whether you want to go. Won't hurt my feelings either way, though I would like for you to watch the video in its entirety, because that really does help me. If at the end you like what you see, please hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Now that all that's done, we'll go back to the title, Getting Out of My Own Way. I don't know if people have heard, if you've heard that before, when someone tells you if you get out of your own way, things will work out or fix themselves or whichever. Basically just stop what you're doing and do it anyway. Last video I told you I was still waiting on a frame, a scroll frame for map, because it was getting very hard for me to work on it, to the point where I didn't want to work on it. And I had a blanket size piece of fabric that I was working on, and it was just getting to be too much. And so I ordered a frame, and it hadn't come in yet. Well, it came in, and it was 18 inches long, and map was, at the time, was not 18 inches long. It was way longer. So then I bought a frame from work, Loops and Threads scroll frame that was 24 inches wide. Still didn't fit, still way too long, and I couldn't figure out how to get all that extra fabric on there. So I was like, fine, I'm gonna do the thing that scares me the most. I am going to cut this thing. I'm going to measure it out, and I'm going to cut this thing. So I measured it out, and I cut it. I measured it 3 times, and then I cut it. And when I did that, I was pleasantly surprised, horrified even at one point, that it was nowhere near the size that I thought it was going to be. And I was like, I should have done this sooner, because then I wouldn't have had to buy scroll frames. Well, I take that back. I did need to buy a scroll frame for books. But, yeah. So I was like, ah. So, that being said, let me show you what I'm working with here. Let me bring up the pictures and whatnot here. So, this is Map of Middle Earth. I started this last year in 2024. And I'm up here in this area here. If you can see, we're moving quite along. Those of you who have been traveling with me, it's been a ride. This is what it looked like the last time that you saw it. So I am down there. I just finished the lake and the mountains, and I'm down there in the corner. Down there, finished that. So if you look on here, I've got to turn this the right way again. So down there. Okay, so we did all that. I was in this area. I'm actually on the lettering, I think. There. Anyway, so moving right along. Get this. Let's take this. I really do need to get something to hold these up better. So, look at this. This is actually it full size. It is not anywhere near as big as I thought it was going to be, but that's good because it means that I can frame it and it won't be a huge frame. I will actually have room for it. So anyway, did the 2 squares right there. I added 2 squares to this piece right there. So I'm up on the curve of that road, and then I'm going to be heading across some plains, and then up into here I will add some more lettering to the word Arnor. Then I will head up here. So I'm going, instead of going north to south, I'm going south to north. I'm still headed in the right direction as far as heading that way on the map. So I am up here now in this little bit here, which I'm guessing is like, let me see. I'm guessing that's like some hills or something, but just on the edge, and this is all going to be flat. There's the word Arnor, and then it goes up into this area. I'm not sure what all that is, but that's what it is. And I did the math. The entire piece is 96,800 stitches. I think. Yeah, no. Yes. Yes. And I have done 8,600 stitches so far. Not including the 200 that I did recently. So there's that. So it's going to be a good size piece. It's a full cross. It is a full coverage piece. It's by Anki Coleman Designs. Do not know who the designer is. It's being done on 25 count, easy grid, even weave, tet stitch. I have to remember that. Using DMC threads, the call for DMC threads. So there's that. And now that I'm doing that in hand again. I'm able to stitch that in hand. I do not need to put it on a scroll frame. I don't see the point in it. So, not going on a scroll frame. Now, the next one, I forgot to take a picture of it. It's the only one. It's the only one, I promise, that I forgot to take a picture of. And it is here. This is Cardinal Points. It is a long dog sampler. I put out by the Gentle Art Studio. I am using the called for Gentle Arts variegated thread and using the called for 18 count white Aida. I'm doing 2/1. This is a stitch along that I am doing with Sarah, the Northwood Stitcher. Hello, Sarah. I'm pointing at you. Poke, poke, poke. Time for you to get moving on this. Just put a little bit in it. You started right here. Come on, woman. I started right here, and I'm now on the second page in this area. I have slowed down on this. I will tell you that right now. I have slowed down on it. Just because I'm trying to catch up on some other things that I'm doing. So, what am I doing? Okay, I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay. I'm trying to keep things organized so that I can start afresh. So there's that. So, now, because I didn't take, what did I do with it? I didn't take a picture of it last time, but basically, I had this side finished, I had that little piece done, and then I had, I don't know if I can get close enough, there's a little motif there, and then there was the vine coming through this way. And that's all I had done. Now, for this one, let's do it this way and make it easier. There we go. So I filled in, I did these 3 flower type things. I did these 2, and that was all I did. And now I need to fill in and put the stems in, the little leaves, fill in these little guys here, and then I can move down. I'm going to go back to this section here. Once I'm done with all that, I'll start working in this section and move that way. So it's coming along. I don't know how many stitches I've done with this. I did not count them. I typically don't, but I kept telling you guys that I would do the math for math, and I didn't do the math for math. Did not do the math for books, which I should. I could probably do it fairly quickly if you guys will give me a minute, but I do want to show it to you. Let's see here. I gotta bring up the other one. I did take a picture of this one. So this is books. This is The Magic of Books by Charting Creations. The designer is N. Northup. The designer, or the not the designer, the artist is N. Northup. The artist, the artist for Cardinal Points is Julia Line. So there's this, and it calls for DMC thread. I'm using the call for DMC. I am doing it on 16 count natural Aida because I like 16 count as well. Now this one is 350 stitches wide by 437 stitches high. So let me see what that is. Give me one moment, please. Oop, take that off. Alright. Oop, that's the wrong thing. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Okay. So let's see. It is going to be 152,950 stitches when it's done. That being said, I've done page 1 of it, plus a little bit, and I don't know how many I've done. I'll have to do the math for that later, but to figure that one out, because I don't know off the top of my head. Now, I did mention, that I did get a scroll frame. I got an 18-inch that I ordered, and I got a 24-inch that I bought from work. I think I just said that. So, books, I also cut down. I got out of my way with that one as well. I cut it down. I measured 3 times on both of them and cut once. And it fits. It's loose. It's not very tense, not very taut. I did end up sewing it to the frame because I was afraid it was going to fall out. There needs to be some better ways. I didn't do my research to see how to put it on. I just guesstimated. But anyway, so the last time that you saw it, I had just finished the second row of it. So you see there, and it's into the balloon area, but I had just finished the second row. And this is the second page too of many pages. So here we are. I didn't get as much done as I wanted to on it, but I did get some pretty decent in here. And just need to finish this row here, or I'm sorry, this column here, and then I'm going to go back to doing rows. But yeah, so this is the size. This is 24 inches, so it's not quite 24 inches wide, but it's going to be a lot longer down. I've got it rolled up, and I'm pretty sure that as I go along it will get tighter due to there being more fabric up at the top. So I'm not too worried about that right now. And okay, that's over there. So we'll put that back there. I'm doing that one, as I said, 16 count Aida, natural, 2/1, DNC floss, full cross. Now, this one, my last one, for those of you who are interested, it is my focus piece for this year. I started it this year, but it's my focus piece. I'm doing it for my friend Stephanie's sister, who is expecting, and it will end up being a Christmas present. Not a problem. So it is Nursery, or Animal Farm. It's done by DMC Creative. No longer available. I don't even know who the artist is on this. This is, it says its approximate size is 14 inches by 11 inches. And it's 16 count Zweigart Aida, white. And I'm using the call for DMC because it's in a kit. I'm using the kit fabric, the kit fabric and the kit floss. So the last time that you saw it, it looked like that. I had done the rooster, I'd done a little bit of the horse, the border was all done except for the back stitching and everything. So I decided, yet again, sorry, I keep reaching for things, yet again to get out of my own way, and I did the back stitching. I wasn't going to, I was going to save it, but then I was like, I don't like the back stitch, so I need to do it as I go along, otherwise it's not going to get done. So I did the back stitching. The sun has a nice little face that's so cute. The rooster is all done, tail and everything, so it's all done. Now I still need to do the squirrel and the horse. His head's up here. Because of time constraints, if I can get the horse and its neck done this week, I'll be a very happy person. I will have done something. And if I can get it back stitched, even better. But I'm at least going to get the squirrel and the horse's neck done before you see me again. Hopefully. And for those of you who are only interested in my cross stitching, that's it. That's it. It's short and sweet, only 18 minutes long, roughly. But yeah, if you don't want to see the rest of my content, fantastic. I will see you guys on the flip side next week. Bye. For those of you who like to hear me waffle along about some of my other stuff that I do, let's keep going. First of all, Peace Cool, the Notre Dame puzzle, metal puzzle. It's puzzle meets miniature making, model building. Yeah, those three together. Small logistics problem with that. Because I don't edit, everything is raw. I'm not sure how to show you these pieces because they're very, very small. If anyone has any suggestions, I'm thinking about taking the individual pieces, putting them together in some of the bigger pieces, and then showing you that so that they'll be a little more, you can actually see them a little better. But I'm still trying to figure out the logistics on that. I know there are some people that are interested in watching that and seeing more on that, and I do want to show you that because I think it's really cool. But it's just figuring out a way to show you. I could take pictures. I might try that, where I just take pictures of some of the individual pieces and let you see those. I have to use my tablet for that, so, and you know how I have my lighting and I get glares, but we'll see how that goes. Let me see what else. Last episode, or my last Flosstube, I talked about waiting for the new C.J. Archer book to come out. I did get that. It's the Journal of 1,000 Years. I read it. It was good. It was a little rushed, I thought. Not as good as the others, not as dramatic as the others, but still good. It nicely finished out the little series. It's only 6 books. It is part of the Glass Library series. I believe that's what it's called. And that's an offshoot of the Glass and Steel series. It's a romance, mystery type thing. The Glass Library is more of a mystery thing with a little bit of romance tied in, so it's lovely. Set in World, I guess it's World War II or right after World War II, but in their world, or like an alternate world. Anyway, it was pretty decent. Let's see, what else have I read? Fire and Frost. I think it's called Fire and Frost. It's book 1 of the Crystal Frost series by, I want to say it's Alicia Raids. I'm sorry, let me look it up real quick. I don't remember what her last name is. I'm using Google Playbooks and getting them from there. So, yeah. It is, let's see. Really? I don't know why it showed me that. I don't want, there we go. Alicia Rades, Rades, and it's called Fire and Frost, yeah. That looks to be a 4-book series, but I'm not sure. It's a young adult book, pretty decent for a young adult book. I've been doing some cozy mysteries too, so there's that. I still haven't figured out how to, figured out where my link, my link is for my Goodreads, but once I figure that out, I'll put it in the description box below along with my Instagram link for you new subscribers. If you haven't noticed already, for everybody really, I finally figured out how to change my handle on here, so now my handle matches the title, the channel's name. Yeah. Anyway, so I've got that done, but I do want to share my books on Goodreads. I don't have enough time to really write out reviews, but I do leave certain stars, and sometimes I will say how I feel about something. But other than that, let me see what else. I don't have any work done on Bears, my diamond dots. I haven't done anything on that. Have not worked on Sally's face. I was asked to do some crocheting for a Easter farmers market event, so I'm working on those instead of working on Sally. Let's see what else. So talked about my books. That's my crocheting. That's about it. Talked about the Peace School. Yeah, I think that's about it. There's not really a whole lot left to talk about. I will be choosing a different thumbnail so you guys are not just seeing the back of my room. For those of you who are new here and don't know, I am not able to edit my videos. I'm very low tech here. I'm having to videotape in my room, so what you see is what you get, and it is what it is. Eventually I will hopefully be able to have a place of my own, and I'll be able to videotape in a place different from my room. But it is what it is. And that's it. That's all I can think about for right now. I do have one last thing. Trivia time. Well, not trivia time. It's a question for you. It's a question. What movie have you seen in your entire life that you liked and hated at the same time? That you thought was really good, but really, got to you personally at the same time? Mine is Steven Spielberg's AI that starred Haley Joel Osment back in, the 90s? Early 2000s? Something like that. I cried myself sick watching that. I related with that little boy, the little robot boy, so much that I cried myself sick. And then afterwards, I was mad at everybody. I still kind of am mad at everybody that had anything to do with that movie, including poor little Haley Joel. He did such a phenomenal job of playing that little robot looking, I mean, he was perfect for that job. And yeah, I was just like, how could you put out a movie like this? I was traumatized for a while after watching that. But yeah, let me know which movie have you seen in your entire life that you liked and hated at the same time. Liked because it was a great movie, but hated for personal reasons, because of how it made you feel or what it made you think about, whatever. Let me know. And that's it for me for this week. I will see you guys on the flip side.